Welcome everybody. It's the finale of Survivor
It,
Samoa.
it all Russell's uh, wild ride. It all ends here.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see
the
how.
tagline that reveals at the end of the season.
Yeah,
All along with Survivor Samoa, Russell's wild ride.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Which is really has been pretty much from
for sure.
the get go.
For sure. And so we're going
Mm.
into the finale. If you're not aware, I'm a big Survivor fan. I've been taking Alec along through all the seasons of Survivor, and you can go back and watch his reaction to the first time for seasons from Thailand all the way through now. We have reviews for every season, and so we're wrapping up Survivor Samoa today. Um, what are you thinking?
Wild.
How you feeling?
I mean, Russell's put himself in a spectacular position the whole time. All
Mm-hmm.
of his plans have more or less worked. Even when it in theory it shouldn't have.
Right.
He's somehow able to manipulate everything around to be like, yeah, they're going home now. Just like
Mm-hmm.
changing his mind on a whim, and then they go home. It's like you crossed me once, and it's like you're going home then, and
Yeah.
then that's kind of been how everything's worked since the beginning, and it's kind of all happened that way.
And when the in the first episode, he seemed like he would be a quick burnout for sure. Like
Yeah,
no
definitely.
way he's lasting in this game. So to at the very least, he's in every episode of the season, and we're gonna see, for better or for worse, who the winner is this season. So
Mm.
he's it's just fascinating to see him in episode one. After watching that episode, I'd be like, he's out in a couple episodes for sure. He's gonna
Yeah. Oh, you think that because
overplay.
he's playing it too hard, right? It's like it's a common survivor mistake that you come in and you play the game as hard as possible from the get go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that oftentimes it doesn't work, but he had such a tribe that like none of them were playing the game in the same way that he was. Like
Mm-hmm.
he had a couple.
So
He had
stupid.
the stupid girls tries, stupid
The
dumb blonde alliance.
dumbass girls alliance. All right.
Yeah. So he had that, and he
He's got
made
such a
that
way with
work
words. You
for
can't take that away from him.
such a way with words. Yeah, I know. I'm clearly downplaying the his way with words by
Right. Yeah.
mis,
It's
mis
not. It's
misspeaking.
not the stupid, ill-informed women alliance. It's the
Right.
dumbass girls.
The dumbass girls.
Right. But yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
it's just it's obvious. I mean, it's the most like lopsided edit we've ever seen. So that's
Yeah.
why we talk about it so much. Like, it's obviously the question of like we're following Russell's story here, and we're seeing it from beginning to end. So
Yeah, to his credit, he is just unbelievably entertaining and like oddly charismatic. Like
mhm.
to the point where it's like he's charismatic to the camera, to the confessionals. I don't know if he is like actually or not, but what we get is extremely entertaining. So it's like a lot of seasons of Survivor, it wouldn't really work on and edit this singular focused on one person. But uh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the
They're
last
wild.
episode, I asked you the three questions: Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win? Who would be the best winner for the season? And you said Russell for all three. So
Yeah, it's kind of how I'm feeling. I mean, there could be a dark horse here, but I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
yeah, and now it's the Fofo 4, and it's Brett, the Force that he is. That's our final five right now. So you had the
Yeah,
power rankings coming in with Russell, Natalie, Jason, Mick, Brett. So we'll see how it shapes up. Are you ready to
we'll
get
see.
into it?
Indeed. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm excited.
All right. So as always, you can click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction. It'll be a nice extended one for the finale, and then we'll have a discussion And we're gonna record the reunion right after this, but you'll see it within a couple days or so, probably. But yeah, we always do
That's right.
record them the same night. It's just separate videos. But all right, see you then.
I'm stunned.
Stunner, an absolute stunner of a finish. Leaves him
I have
speechless
no
every time.
I have no words.
There you go.
I have
It's the end of Samoa as we know it, the finale. Natalie's their winner, huh? How about that?
you knew this the
The
entire
entire time,
season.
yeah. It's
The
a wild way
entire
to
season
watch.
that
It's a
you knew
wild way to
this.
watch. Life on the edge.
Did you know? Did you have any? Did you know how I was gonna feel
Yeah, I mean
when
it's
I
it's
saw
it's
that?
notoriously one of the most shocking because it is
Yeah,
so much Russell. It's all Russell the whole season, and it's the absolute rug pull at the end. Yeah,
I I wow.
it's infamous for being one of the most quote unquote bitter juries of all time. It's like,
Yeah, they must have been like extremely bitter
but it's funny
at
because every time I
Russell.
look back on it, the actual questioning isn't actually that pointed as you might think in that scenario. It's not like everybody
Yeah,
had
well, it was
criticism of him, but it wasn't as like clearly, oh man, everybody hates Russell. It was just like,
yeah. Normally, you'd think you I don't know. A lot of times that's why like that was one of the tamest for apparently as bitter as they were
mm,
because nobody voted for him. That's one of the tamest like grillings I've ever heard. Like nobody even deigned ask him a half a question, which I guess
right.
maybe that was the indication there that like that I guess maybe that was maybe a clue that they weren't even considering him to vote for. The fact that he like wasn't even being asked any questions or
Well, they were
regarding
considering
any
more
statement.
than Mick, though. I mean, Mick, they kind of
Yeah,
wrote him off, but they kind of told him as much,
yeah,
So Russell got 2 votes in the end. Rambo
yeah,
Shambo time, and I don't know if they'll probably reveal it, but it was
yeah.
John. John was the other vote.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So so yeah, Jason voted for Natalie. Everybody else voted for Natalie.
They just did not want to see him win that badly.
It's actually such, once you're removed from it, it's like the funniest thing to watch in the world. It's the funniest possible outcome, and the fact this whole finale episode, he's like, I just won this game 100% locked, and he's like so
Yeah.
really hammering it home. It really was something we've never seen before. Someone, when they're in the final three back at camp, just talking to the other two openly about how this is basically my game,
How he won.
and like
Yeah.
you guys don't really have a case against me. Like, what are you gonna say to this? I got these votes. I got 5 votes right here, and it's kind of
So
crazy.
that point when Eric was saying that though,
Hmm.
like that was almost him. To me, it almost everyone had already decided in at Ponderosa like how they were voting. Like
Uh huh.
this was almost a formality. Like the fact that he gave her that hope at the end there was like almost an indication that like we're all voting for you.
Mm. Yeah, and a lot of the times it is kind of a formality. A lot of the times they
Yeah.
come in fairly decided. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like one of the few ones. There's like Survivor China was one where like actually
Hmm.
it influenced some of the votes, and it was down to the wire. But
Yeah.
for the most part, you come in kind of knowing who you're gonna vote for. And
Yeah.
I think obviously maybe some more humility from Russell might have helped, but I don't know
Yeah.
if that would have swayed any votes at that point. I'm not sure. But I mean, that's Eric's stump speech is an important one to
Yeah.
have there in this context of
Yeah.
Natalie winning, because it's
In,
at least
in
like,
the context
yeah,
that is the reason, I guess,
because we don't have
that they
anything.
voted
There's
for
not
her.
enough else there, and there's at least like an impassioned speech, and she was like emotional hearing it. So that was a nice moment, right?
Yeah, but hers was not an impassioned speech.
Yeah, I mean, she had a couple
Like
good points,
that's
but
what's so that's what's so like. That's what this is such an enigma. Everything about this is like, on the one hand, like I agree with like pretty much everything you're saying. Like it does make sense, but it's an enigma for an audience member
Hmm.
watching this,
Yeah.
and like uh, talk about giving us nothing.
Hmm.
Like that's why the edit of the season is baffling. Like I think going into it, it's like the edit is so heavy on Russell that like is the intent to rug pull to piss you off at the end, because that's what it did.
Yeah,
That's kind of all it
I
does.
think the shock factor, I think, is a part of it, but I think also is like, well, we know what we have here with Russell. He was instrumental the whole season. He's gonna be there the whole season. We
Yeah,
might as well go all in on him
right,
and just have the shock factor rather than try to make it
right.
like Natalie's story, and it wouldn't have
In
worked
any
really.
in any way, but I guess you can't do that. But like she gave us like almost nothing most of the season. Like she was there from the beginning. Like I would say she's more deserving than like a Jenna Maraska or something. Who like only started playing the game like on the like
Right.
day 35 or whatever it was. It's like uh so like she was playing the game in some
She
sense,
did. Yeah. Sorry, keep
but
going.
yeah, no, well, yeah, in some sense she was playing the game from the beginning, but it's just, yeah, like I don't know, the fact that there wasn't seemingly any desire to try to get rid of Russell. Did she think that by the sounds of it, she had no idea. She thought Russell was going to be it for sure. That
Hmm.
she wasn't going to give up. She was going to still try, but like that the odds were stacked against her because she was
Right.
siding with Russell. But like they didn't give us like any kind of indication up until like the last 5 minutes of the episode that it could go any other way.
Yes. The problem is
Other than
mhm.
yeah,
They didn't give us a good indication of how intentional everything was that she was doing, because we can say she didn't do anything, but it's also the way they
hmm,
edited it. They barely
yeah,
showed her like such. It's like one of the smallest amounts of screen time for any winner, and
yeah,
so that could be just how she played, or it could be an editing issue. But it's like, cause we get hints that she's like, I'm gonna stick with this guy because he's kind of like the the less likable personality, and he'll
right,
take the heat for it, kind of thing. But did she
hmm,
think that she was gonna beat him in the end? Was that always her like, I'm gonna go to the end with him because he will lose for that reason, or is it just that'll get me to the end and I'll figure it out from there? Because yeah, there was never any from any of the fofos though. I think they all kind of had that perspective, that because no one had
yeah,
really brought up, like Mick and Jason toyed with it, like they talked about, oh, we might need to start thinking about it, but they never seriously tried
yeah,
to put anything in motion to get Russell out. So I think Jason, when he was making his pitch to those Galoo members, he was kind of thinking like, I can hopefully get in there and be like, I was the cool, calm, collected one.
right,
And I get, maybe it would have worked. I don't know. I don't know how he fares in
yeah,
that
maybe,
versus Natalie. If it was him,
yeah,
Russell and Natalie, I don't know, but I just don't know. We don't know how intentional it was from Natalie. You get little hints of it. Obviously, there's something intentional there. Obviously, you can give credit to with her and Russell. They voted correctly the entire season. I think it's like a perfect record. They voted correctly every vote. I think they're
yeah,
the only two this season to do that. So
right,
that's impressive. She clearly chose the right person to align with. But again, it goes
right,
in the face of what we often say is like, if you're going to be the person, like, you can have someone take the heat, you got to get that person out before the end. You can't sit next to that person in the end then and expect to get the votes.
right.
But she actually did. And
Which
so,
so and that was also another hint when Jeff comes in at the end there and says like Survivor is like we you determine the rules, you determine the what you value, and
Hmm.
it's like, okay, yeah, I guess this group doesn't value as someone who's actually being a gamer and playing super hard. They value the coattail rider,
Right,
which is
but
wild.
I don't think
It's
that's even
crazy.
it
It's
though. Like
actually
I think Eric can say that,
no,
but
it's
yeah.
not quite as maybe it's not quite as black and white as that.
Hmm.
But like to me, that is almost an indication or a hint at sort of that she was the winner.
Right. Yeah, there's little hints,
So
but mostly
yeah,
I think what did him in was his arrogance, and I think that's really what rubbed people the wrong way.
yeah,
You know, if he had a
yeah.
little
I
more,
guess
if he had
he
some
was
humility,
he yeah, it's true. I mean, that is true. But like, I think they were sort of pitted against him from the get go, and I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anything he could have because I felt like his tribal performance or the jury
uh-huh.
final tribal performance was fine. I mean, they had almost nothing
Yeah,
to say to him though. Is the thing.
it
So
was good. I mean, it was he said agree like things I agree with for sure. Like he stated that
yeah,
he did this, he
yeah,
did this.
yeah.
For some reason, I think that a lot of juries want to see some, some heart in there, and not just like here's
Hmm.
what I did, here's how I played better.
Yeah,
So that's why a lot of times we'll see these jury appeals like seem effective, where
yeah.
they're like, "Thank you guys, I wouldn't have gotten here without you guys,"
Right.
and I
Yeah.
appreciate
Appealing
this.
to
I'm
their
just
better
honored to be
graces.
out here and get to play this game.
Right. That's kind of what that's what Natalie did at one point. I think she said, "Yeah, thanks for getting me
Yeah,
here." She even said that. So there you go.
yeah, and
That's
the problem I think is Russell. He would just around camp how he would talk about things and how he would be like, "Well, I'm the one calling the shots."
mm,
He was very, very direct
yeah.
about that, and I don't think that people took that well. And I guess they got to go once they got voted off. They just all talked about, man, isn't he just? He's really like
What
a
an asshole.
yeah. And they just
Basically,
got to
yeah.
simmer in that the whole season
Yeah.
while he keeps getting his way. And it's like, what would be funny is after him dragging these two along, saying like they're so stupid or whatever, to give the
Yeah.
girl the one of the quintessential dumbass girl the win.
Yeah, the dumb blonde girl. Yeah.
So I think it's very jarring in the moment to see this result, and it's very shocking. But with I think it ages pretty well in terms of like it's poetic in a way. And it's just
A
funny.
poetic fall from grace.
Yeah, it's like hubris, but it's like
Yeah.
the whole season to watch
Giga
him how arrogant he is the entire season, all the way up to the
giga
end.
hubris.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like because when you're editing, you can frame it in a way that almost makes it that way. Because like they almost made him kind of heroic in a weird way. Like I wouldn't say in this last episode he came across particularly well. He definitely came across like as arrogant as he's ever been. Um,
Uh-huh.
but like the push to get rid of Brett and all this stuff, like him trying to rally the troops to get rid of Brett, like he kind of became like the
Right.
protagonist of the season towards the last few episodes here. Only for so like that's what I mean. Where it's like with the edit, you could make him sort of like be I don't know, I don't know. I mean, the man found his own immunity idols for crying out loud.
It's just it
Like
is a
you get to
crazy. It's a season. It's like one of the most strategically dominant seasons.
yeah,
Like for it to be the switcheroo at the end. It's something else.
leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm not gonna lie. I can understand like maybe distance will make it a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
interesting, but I kind of hate. I hate it. I hate it. I really hate it
Oh yeah, I hear
because
you.
it's just like it's just like I feel like there are better ways that you could have edited it to make that a more satisfying conclusion. But I guess if Natalie wasn't giving you anything to edit around to make that more satisfying, I guess I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's rough. It's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, and it is funny though in this last episode that He was so confident, and I think that's the issue with him even going into the final. Is he literally thought, once I won
Yeah.
that immunity challenge, I've won the game. They don't have a choice
Yeah.
but to vote for me to win, and you have to
Right.
always be thinking about that. It's not There's not no other choice. They literally, it's like we've seen in the past. People voted for Amber to win over Rob. We've seen this happen before. So
Yeah.
to be that confident is kind of crazy. No matter how dominant you are, like I would never be that confident. Like
the thing about it to me that made that more understandable of a result, the Rob and Amber one, is that
mhm.
Rob personally burned all of those people. Whereas
Yeah,
with this one, it's like they were all like, most of the tribe was Galoos. They
right.
like barely knew Russell.
But what did he do? He
He got,
once he's done with them, what did he do with them, Alec?
he threw him in the trash.
That's right. So Jason is the
Yeah,
one where he felt burnt.
yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
it's funny because like Shambo wasn't even bitter about it,
No, she was just like, yeah, Russell played a great game. Yeah,
but she's always been like number one Russell fan this season too.
yeah, yes, yeah.
Um, but yeah, the other Galoos is like their last thing they could do is what do you call it? A
Unit,
protest vote.
a protest
To
vote. Yeah,
make a statement out of their united front.
I mean that's kind of what happened.
Yeah,
So
but I do like Eric's stump speech at least. I like that, but yeah, so the rest of the stuff in this episode, when we had Jason getting voted out and Russell was seen in the golden position, he had deals like no one in the fofo that were trying to vote him out. They all were like,
right.
me and Russell, final two, trust it to the end. And then Jason was
Mm-hmm.
pissed after that. He was like, I'm rooting for Brett. Come on, Brett. Underdog.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we did get that Brett storyline snuffed out. Is it more or
Yep.
less satisfying if Brett wins immunity and wins?
It's, to me, what would have been interesting, because I feel like I feel like he actually might have brought Russell, because I
I
feel
don't
like
believe
he
it.
was like, I know I could beat Russell.
I don't believe it
I know
though, because if you could say, because in his position, just by being a glue, he's seemingly has a guaranteed win almost. So it's just like, let's not even give them
yeah,
a
it doesn't even
let's not
at
even
that
give
point.
them an
At that point,
interesting
it doesn't even
option to
matter.
vote for. Let's bring Natalie and Mick
Yeah,
in. Yeah.
yeah.
But I would be curious though in that final four spot how that would have gone if you won immunity. Like how would Mick and Natalie voted though? Because
Yeah.
if they were both like I want to stick with Russell, then they could have ended up being like Natalie
With
or
a
Mick
2-2,
getting
maybe.
voted out somehow. But
Yeah,
it
or with
ultimately,
like a
I
2-2.
don't think it would have mattered though, because I think Brett would have gotten every vote probably, except
Oh,
for
100%. Yeah,
probably even
maybe Sham.
Shambo too probably.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, but would that have been better if Brett won? I don't think so. I think that's actually worse than it.
I don't really think so either. I don't know if it would be worse. Well, yeah, it would be worse in the sense that it would be like a Jenna Maraska situation where it's like, oh, this person that we've never heard from is now all of a sudden the winner of the game.
And it's just
Like, okay,
it's kind of boring to me when it's like you get
but the thing,
everybody gets voted
and
out in one
even more,
tribe.
actually, even more of a problem with that is that
Uh,
Jenna was a known quantity for the whole game.
yeah,
Like, she was always involved in things, even if she was kind of just like ditzy, goofy, whatever. With Brett, we got like three
practically
lines from him
unheard
like the
of
whole season.
the whole season.
Yeah,
They even
yeah,
said it themselves.
yeah. He even said it himself.
It's
It's
like
like crazy.
as if they didn't edit the season. It's like he literally hadn't said anything until episode 12.
Yeah, and we would sit him in front of the confessional cameras and he would say nothing. It was
He's like, check out my
like he was
shirt.
a
He
mute.
just kept doing that. Check out
Yeah,
my
he's
shirt,
just like,
guys.
my
You can
shirt's
find it on this
free.
website.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think that would have been worse because just like
That
the
would have
people
been, yeah, that
that
would have
when
been
it goes
worse.
down to one from a tribe and they just like win out a few challenges, like That's like an uninteresting ending to me usually. So,
Yeah, a lot of
and then
times it can
especially
be.
Brett, I'm gonna talk about. I mean, the whole
Unless
season
it was,
probably would have been re-edited if it was Brett, though. It probably would have
yeah,
been like,
yeah,
man,
probably.
this is Brett's story. We're just seeing nothing but Brett every episode.
I was gonna say that's not interesting unless you're Chris.
Yeah.
In which
Well,
case,
Chris actually
that was
strategically maneuvered himself. It wasn't just
yeah,
I have to win
he
a couple
did big
challenges.
time. Yeah.
What
So
else was this episode? Before we can go into some of the jury ones. Um, yeah, Russ made a deal with Brett to cover himself. I don't think either of them would have taken
yeah,
the other anyway, but
not even
obviously,
remotely. No.
obviously worth doing.
Hmm.
Russell says, if I win immunity, I'm 100% positive I just won the game. I like that.
Well, yeah, I was too.
I mean, he set himself up for so many lines too throughout the whole season about how I got this game locked up, and
Yeah,
it's like, yeah.
that's true. And sure enough,
But that final immunity challenge was intense. It was Russell
yeah,
versus Brett.
it was great. It was great. Legitimately great game. It was very exciting. It's
Hmm.
like on the edge of my seat practically. It was really great.
Yeah. And just see. All right, so opening speeches. Natalie Mick say a little something, and then Russell just really goes into, I did all this, and this.
Here's how I won the game.
Yeah. Jason came in saying essentially no one is broke because he was like, you tell me about your situation, and if you don't, I'm gonna tell them. And they all say, and he's like, well, they're all pretty well off, so let's not, maybe you don't need to vote based on that. So
Yeah.
that was nice. Shambo comes in, says Mick, one word to describe Mick, feckless. How about that? That's pretty good. It's a good word. It's a good word for
It
Mick.
is a good word. It's $1 million word, in fact. 'Cause he didn't know what it meant. So
One word for Natalie's coattails. All right. Not as, I mean, it makes sense. It's not as hard hitting as feckless though. And I like how
no.
when Natalie started, like, this outspoken women were all getting voted out early on, and she's like, I'm not buying any of this BS. like, like she was just saying stuff that you weren't even there for. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not buying. So like she already scripted it, and no matter what she was gonna
Right.
say, she's gonna be like,
Yeah. I don't
you
buy it.
shove it. You're not getting my vote. And then she
Yeah.
walked out. That was it. She didn't need to talk to
And
Russell
then
because she already
she was
decided.
voting for him. Yeah.
Brett comes in and asks Mick, "Give me your best bro date idea." Well, if we were gonna
Yeah.
go on a bro date,
What
where
the
would we
hell
go?
is that?
Nothing sexual. And it's gonna make it harder. Don't nothing sexual though. I know you want to.
I know you want. I know you want it.
Well, then Mick was joking about whispering sweet nothings, and then we'll wake up and watch the news.
Watch the news.
What a
What are we
what a
talking about?
boring ass guy. This guy is still
Yeah.
giving us
What is
nothing.
this?
Mick was so damn boring this whole season. Can we now say
I
this?
know. Yeah.
He was
It's
feckless,
very,
and
very boring.
he was really giving us
He
nothing.
was feckless. He was feckless.
But like,
But that's it. That's all he
he
said.
got laughs from the
And
whispering sweet nothings. Okay, but then he said,
and he voted for Natalie.
we'll watch the news." But no, Mick is like, "We'll watch the news, and then we'll just what was it, some other generic stuff like we'll watch sports,
Yeah, just
and
like
we'll."
watch sports, and we'll go out and get a grab lunch or something, and
It's like, okay, great.
something. I don't
And
know. It's
Brett
just like
was like,
whatever.
all right, I was just trying to make sure you got to know me. And he's like, all right, I guess I'm voting for Natalie. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
This is a lame ass bro date. I'm voting for
We
Natalie.
knew he was gonna do that anyways because he was horny for Nat. You know, they
No,
talked
no,
about Jesus.
not them. Not
Righteously
them.
horny,
There's
righteously
no
horny
righteously horny.
because
Nothing sexual. It's just a
no,
prayer
I'm
date.
saying he was right. Oh yeah, okay, prayer date. They had Bible study together.
Yeah.
That's actually here's the thing. That's actually a joke in my friend group. It's like, oh yeah, you and her had Bible study together, right?
All night long.
But
You're up
went over to her house
awful
and
late Bible studying.
it was very late, guys. It's
Wow.
like 1 a.m. for crying out loud. Do you have a protection around that Bible? I
And
hope you do.
that's all Brett
Anyway.
had. He didn't ask Natalie for a date. He would have gotten too nervous.
Nope.
Right? It's a bro date with Mick. And he's like, maybe just from his answer, he's like, that was some generic bullshit. All right, Natalie's got something better, surely. I'll go sit down.
Yeah.
And Kelly says, Russell, in this game you said you lie, you cheat, and you'll steal. Is that how you are in your real life? He's no, 100% that's not me. I'm a completely different person. But so what 3 words would you use in your real life? He said, what was it? Was it honor or honesty?
I think it was honesty,
Integrity and
integrity,
loyalty.
relevancy. Yeah.
That's like the coach handbook. That's like it just screamed
That
coach. Like,
basically.
but
Yeah.
in the game, he would say that.
Yep.
And she's like, "Really?
But she didn't buy it.
You
She didn't buy
telling
it.
me?"
Didn't
He's like,
buy
"Well, you're
it.
gonna have to
Didn't buy
take
it
my
for a
word
second.
for it. I'm in the game right now. I'll show you after." You know, it's like,
Yeah, well, just wait and see.
and then Monica basically asks them why they don't deserve. Tell us why the other 2 don't deserve to win. She asks Mick.
Mm.
And Russ, and he's talked about Russell who did this. You know, I don't think you should vote for like that kind of behavior.
Mm.
And then Russell took offense to that. He's like, now everybody's taking issue with me being a snake. Before they were high fiving me, they were fine with it when they could go get behind me and have me do this dirty work. Now suddenly,
which is true.
That's true.
That's
true. But also, true. Mick, that answer. It's like that's the obvious answer, but he had so much more. He could have gotten into more detail. Like he's got so much dirt on Russell. Really they both have so much dirt on Russell because he talks so much trash all the time with them. Like at least to Jason, he would come up and just talk shit about Shambo. Like, did he not do that with Mick and at least be like, "Hey, Mick, Shambo, by the way, I know you love him, but he's like talking about how horrible you are and your hair smells and you know all this shit.
You're a horrible person. Yeah, you suck. You know,
she'd be like, that's bullshit. But
yeah,
something. I mean, like we needed that from Mick. We never got it.
Yeah, but no, this is all weak sauce that we're talking about. This is what I mean. This is such a wet fart of a final tribal.
Well, Jeff said we're gonna get into it. The wettest season so far. It was the wettest season. That was the first word he said. It's crazy.
Yeah. He did say it.
But Dave asked him, "What do you think your chances are of winning?" Mick said some 20 to 25%. Natalie said like 30%. Russell's like, I came in with a much bigger number, but now about 55%. All right.
Yeah.
That was it for that. Laura just asked Russell, "What did you learn about me?" He had a pretty decent answer there, and that was it. You know, a couple of these where they just asked one person one thing, and they're all right. That's it.
She looked like she was ready to cry literally the entire time they were there. Like not even when she went up, she looked like she was a borderline just gonna start bursting into tears Laura, like the whole time.
Well, you don't underestimate Laura. She's a grandma. She's redefining what grandmas are. Right here, 40 years old and still out here doing it. Isn't that impressive?
She's a guilt, guys.
It's funny because like as we get older and older, it's like really gets you when these people talk about how old they are, and they're like, not too far off.
I'm like, I'm 34. I don't feel like I'm that.
But it's like how, especially early reality TV, certain casts, it's like the 40-year-old person is the old person of the cast a lot of the time. You know, you got these 20-somethings. There's a 40-year-old. Like, man, I'm the grandmom here, huh?
I mean, it's true that you're different stages of your life, so it's like it's harder to relate in some ways, but you know, it is kind of still funny when it's all pointed out like that.
And then John basically just he gave Natalie an opportunity to speak, and he gave her credit for saying like, you know, you're illuminating on some parts of your game that we wanted to hear. So maybe it was a case of the jury came in, they're like, we think this was what she was going for, and if she says it, then we'll give her a vote. You know, if she confirms it. If she comes in and is like, I trying to have a good time, then maybe we won't. But so at least he's somewhat satisfied with her answers. And John even said that as one who didn't vote for him. So vote for her.
Yeah.
And then we had Eric close it out with the stump speech for Natalie. Pretty well put, I think. It was and it hits when you view the season in hindsight leading up to her win. You know, it's a nice little exclamation
capstone.
Point. Yeah. All right. MVP for the finale.
I mean, Russell.
Baby.
He should have won. So
you can have that.
It wasn't Natalie, I'll tell you that. It wasn't Natalie. She wasn't the MVP of this episode. She wasn't the MVP of the whole season. Did I give her? Did I give her? I gave her an MVP once.
Maybe when she killed that rat. Maybe.
I don't remember. I don't remember if I did.
No MVPs for Natalie.
Not a single MVP.
I did see someone commented because it was like on Natalie's episode where she started steered that vote towards Eric, and they're like, man, even on Natalie's best episode, Russell still got the MVP. That's Survivor Samoa.
Yeah,
that
baby. Says a lot that's her best episode. It was an episode that was like 7 episodes ago.
It was the merge, the merge episode. Anything else on the finale before we get into the reunion? Because obviously the reunion is going to cover some interesting territory here.
Well, here's the thing. I will say Russell looked like he was resigned to his fate.
Yes,
he looked like he kind of.
That was very telling. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he knew that he didn't win.
That was not a guy who was about to win. He's so pissed.
No, he looked pretty upset, and he did not look happy when, like, even with anything. He didn't look happy about pretty much anything at all. No. He looked pretty stone-faced about the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he thought he won.
Yeah.
He had thought I forget the story, but he thought he won up until very shortly before the reunion. And I think Shambo called him. It was the story Shambo called him. It was like, Russell, you didn't win. And he's like, huh?
Yeah.
Like he had just convinced himself he had won all the way up until very soon before. We'll probably get into it in the review, but
yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So right. That's the finale, but come back for the reunion because it's gonna be a good one. All right.
It will be. It'll be something. It's gonna be something. That's for damn sure.
All right. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more Survivor. We'll have a new season coming just over the horizon. All right.
He's no Mike Tyson. He's Brett.
But that's an equally terrifying name. You know, he just exudes fear. That guy. Like this was he was the big bad coming into this episode, and he just got this cheeky little grin every time you cut to him. He was the final boss for Foa. But yeah, so if you guys aren't familiar with how we do things, we'll have the reunion, and then we'll do a season review, breaking everything down afterwards, and then we will be doing one more video ranking the cast of Survivor Samoa, ranking the season, and ranking the winner, and then we'll move on to the next season. So just a couple weeks. In the meantime, here's a random Tarqaron video for you to check out next. Why don't you check out our review of West Side Story 2021 film. How about that? All right.
There's some shocking similarities to no, there's not.
Really, if you get into the symbolism, there's a lot of cross. There's a lot that lines with it. A lot of parallels.
There's a lot there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching. Till next time. All right.
All right.